So what I'm going to tell you today is not something that you hear very often on Fox or CNN or ABC or the Washington Post, or in fact in the halls of Congress. What I'm going to tell you is that the working class and the middle class of this country are in serious trouble. Top 1% owns more wealth than the bottom 92%. CEOs of major corporations today are making 350 times more than their workers, and we have more income and wealth inequality than any time in American history.
My favorite part of the entire debate was when Lindsey Graham continuously attempted to frame the situation as if Joe Biden is putting forth Bernie's agenda, and it's just not popular with the people. You know, as if Joe Biden is actually attempting to make healthcare for all a reality, as if Joe Biden is attempting to erase all student debt. He ran on, eliminating $10,000 worth of it, but, we're having to push him and push him and push him just to do that. As if Joe Biden is trying to do anything significant about wages, as if he's pushing Congress to raise them. He's not doing any of these things, and Lindsey Graham knows this. Now, Fox News' audience may not know this, but it's a good thing that they got the opportunity to watch Bernie's passion. Anytime anybody has the opportunity to listen to Bernie Sanders' ability to communicate the struggle of the common everyday man and woman is a good day and a good night. Because Lindsey Graham just doesn't have any passion because he's just a corrupt SOB.
Now is the time for the American people to stand up, make it clear that enough is enough, and that we need a government that starts representing all of our people, not just wealthy campaign contributors. What does that mean? It means that we have to end a corrupt political system in which big money buys elections. It means that we have to end a very unfair tax system in which billionaires in a given year don't pay a nickel in federal taxes. It means we have to raise the federal minimum wage to at least $15 an hour. It means that we have to join every other major country on earth in understanding that health care is a human right, not a privilege, and stop spending twice as much per capita on health care to enrich the drug companies.
And all across the country, the reality is that, eliminating access to abortion is overwhelmingly unpopular. In fact, ever since the Roe v. Wade SCOTUS leak, we've been seeing increased numbers of women registering to vote and just people across the nation registering Democrat. We've been seeing progressives like Summer Lee win. We've been seeing progressives win in states like Pennsylvania, Oregon. We've been seeing progressives do pretty well. The message continuing to do well, even though Bernie Sanders lost in the primaries in 2020. His message and the progressive message continues to reign strong, especially when we're watching such a lackluster administration that Joe Biden has had. No matter what he does, or rather he doesn't do, his approval rating continues to sit incredibly low because the entire country is rather unsatisfied.
And it means, among other things, that we cannot continue to ignore climate change, which is an existential threat to this planet, and obviously, given the tragedies that we have faced in the last month in terms of guns, we need serious and real gun safety legislation. Bottom line, let's create a government that works for all of us, not just the people on top.
And then Lindsey Graham, he said that he wants Chuck Schumer to bring Medicare for all to the floor so that we can vote on it, because if it doesn't pass and it's really what the general public wants, then everybody should be getting voted out of office. Well, the reality is that Congress has a 20% approval rating, which means that the general public is extremely displeased with what they've done. Now, the reason why these members of Congress don't get voted out of office is because money buys elections. That's why people like Bernie Sanders, even though he collected small dollars, was able to do so well, because he was able to raise so much money. That's why corporate politicians win elections over and over and over again, because they have enough money. They have enough money in their arsenal and resources to where they can fund all the ads, all the groundwork. They can get everything that they need, all the influence, the celebrities, whoever it is that they need on their side, so that they can get that election. So again, it's totally disingenuous for Lindsey Graham to pretend like, well, if we were really doing a bad job, then people would vote us out, when your approval rating says otherwise.